Alright. Hey guys, how's it going? Austin Reed here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Alright, so now this one is a continuation of high school, the end of high school, and all of university. Let's see how far we can get. Last one was 16 minutes. That's pretty long. So yeah, the European tour happened, and then I went back home, and I was like, I'm done with high school. I don't want to go back to high school. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drop out of high school, I'm gonna get my GED, and I'm gonna go to college early. And that's what I did. And that guitar teacher I was telling you about that was an asshole was like, you're a disgrace to the school, and why would you do this? You're hurting us in the school, and blah, blah, blah. And he was just a total asshole to me, yelling at me. Like, what kind of teacher fucking yells at their students? Fuck that. Anyways, and so I was just like, whatever, you know. Back then it really kind of hurt me, because I really didn't have a lot of friends or whatever. But now I'm just like, who the fuck are you, man? I'm going to drop out of high school and go to college to improve myself. I don't need to stay part of high school anymore. I'm over that shit. I can test out and start my life earlier and go on my own path. I'm doing this to improve myself. It has nothing to do with hurting you or hurting anybody else. I'm doing this to better me. That's the mindset I have now. I think it's a better mindset, eh? Yeah, so I did that, and I tested extremely well on the GD, and I got a couple scholarships, which was great. Not a lot, but some. And I started going to university when I was 17, 16 and a half, 17, right around there. And yeah, and so at first I started going to music performance with an emphasis on guitar. And so I would take guitar performance classes at the University of New Mexico, and I think I just have problems with authoritative figures or something, because a lot of my stories, maybe I just don't like assholes or something, but man, that guitar teacher in the university was a real asshole. Man, you would practice so fucking hard. You would practice for hours every day, and you'd go and you'd sit down, and people were literally scared to go to his classes. Like, I'm not even joking. And you would go and you'd sit down and you'd play, and he'd be like, that shit, did you even practice? Guitar isn't even for you. You should fucking switch your major. What the fuck? And you would actually talk like that. You would fucking cuss you out and like yell at you for like fucking up like one note in the whole fucking song. He's like, that's horrible. You need to do this with your fingers and blah, 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 and that and the other thing. And the other problem is like, I'm not very good at reading sheet music. I'm just gonna fucking blatantly tell you right now. Like, now I have the skills to like read, you know, multiple instruments as like an orchestra, and I can tell you like what's going on, but if I was to try to play it, I would be really slow. But anyways, so I would learn my songs by ear. I would go home and I would listen to it, and I'd learn how to play it by listening to it, which is amazing. And then I'd go into class and I would try to play it for him, and he'd be like, repeat half measure 36. And I would have no fucking idea what the hell measure 36 was, because I didn't know how to read sheet music. Or I did, I just was really bad at it. And so yeah. So long story short, I switched to liberal arts because I didn't like the guitar professor at the school. So it was like, I'm still going to do music. I'm just going to do different type of music. And yeah, and so I took some group voice and vocal classes, and that's where I really started getting into my voice a little bit. And at one point I asked my vocal teacher, I'm like, hey, sometimes I strain my voice. I have trouble singing for more than 30 minutes without my voice going out. What can you help me with? And this is like the vocal professor, main dude. He wasn't the same guy that taught like the voice classes I was in. And he told me, you should go to the hospital and quit singing. Yeah, that's what he said. And that's part of the reason why I don't like university. Is you'll see it. You'll see my mindset. Why I hate university. I think university is good to go to learn things you want to learn. And it's good for like a medical degree. But I don't think university is good for arts and stuff. I think there's better ways of learning and acquiring the skills because, man, you go to school and to learn, and they tell you, read this book and watch these videos, and I'm like, okay, I can do that myself. Or you go to school to learn guitar and they tell you to go home and they're like, practice. I'm like, okay, but I can practice myself. I don't need you to tell me to practice. I can fucking practice. Why are you here? Like, are you just my like commander with your whip? Just practice, practice, practice. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. So I switched to liberal arts, and I did that for about 2 years. And that's right about when I met Tristan, like second or third semester of university. And Tristan's an amazing friend of mine. He's really badass. He is going to be a famous music. He does musicals. He sings and does musicals, and he's going to be really, really good at that. He's already really good at that. This year he's directing one, which is pretty crazy. It's really good on him. I'm excited for him. Anyways, yeah, so I met him. We used to jam, smoke a lot of pot, and play lots of music together. And especially after school, we'd go and we'd play at Smith's, and we would play for like an hour or 2 hours, and we'd make like $40, $50. We'd make enough money to buy some weed and a pizza, and enjoy our day. And so that happened, and that was amazing. And so liberal arts was cool. I went to some music theory classes. I took some voice classes, some dancing, workout, tai chi, stretching and relaxation shit. Those classes were good. I had one class called Oral Lab, which was crazy, where they would just play shit on like the piano, and you just had to listen to it and notate it on notation paper. Just listen to it and then write down sheet music. Or they would give you some sheet music, and you just had to sing it on the spot. They'd be like, here's the key you're in the key of C, here's the C chord, alright, go. You're just like, fuck. And the music theory got super complicated. People think music theory is like easy. It gets way more complicated than just like, these are the notes and these are the chords. It gets way more complicated than that. And so I got all the way through theory 2. And homework was hard. Me and Tristan would work for hours together on our homework for like fucking 2-3 hours, and we still would struggle to get good grades. At least I would. Yeah, and so that was good. And then I started asking my teachers questions. I'm like, how do you get concerts? I don't know, I'm just a teacher. Okay, well, how do you bring people to your shows? I don't know, I don't perform. I'm just a teacher. Shit. Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? And they didn't know. I'm like, fuck, maybe I should learn some business skills. And so I switched to business and administration with emphasis in marketing. This is the last section of my university. And my idea is I'm going to learn how to market, I'm going to learn how to do business, and that's going to help me get concerts and make it as a musician. Like, fuck yeah. And so I did that for like 2 or 3 semesters. Can't remember. I took calculus and a bunch of crazy classes, statistics and micro and macroeconomics and like all kinds of crazy shit. And I was really close to graduating. I was like a little more than a semester away. Like I had a semester's worth of credits that I needed, but I didn't have all the prerequisites. So I was like a year away, but I only really needed like a semester's worth of classes, and then I would have graduated. And it's just because I switched majors so many times. But I was like this close to graduating. And back then, that's when my business venture started. Me and my brother used to sell tattoo machines and electronics and hacked fire sticks on the street all the time. We'd sling them. And so my life became, fuck, go to school, shit. I have a meeting with this dude in between my classes, so I'd run out, sell him something, run back into my next class, and then run out of that class, drive halfway across town, buy this thing, fucking modify it, go sell it to this dude, fucking eat lunch, blah, blah, blah. And school was hard, by the way, so I didn't even tell you guys about my jobs. Shit, man. So, alright, let me tell you a little bit about my jobs. Actually, we'll just pause there and we'll be like, this is half of college, and then I'll talk about the other half of college and the jobs and the intro to the business ventures. Later.